I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but it's got to be said. So, kids are a parent's responsibility, one, until they turn 18, or two, if they're still in your house beyond that. Because if they're doing like criminal activity or misbehaving in a certain way that you know that ain't right for society, you got a choice like throw them out your house or shove them to the police. That's your responsibility because you know what's going on and you brought me into the world. Um, with younger kids, this is where it starts at younger kids. If they're not sculpted in a certain way, they're going to end up being unruly, and then they're going to end up just thinking they can do what they want in society, and that's the problem. So, if you can't control your child, then there should be like an organisation made for like after school. So after school, they either have to go to this place or the people who run the place, whatever the staff, would have to come to the home. And they will have to work with this kid all the way till bedtime so that the kids realise, look, you know, I'm being shown discipline here. The parents can see how they're meant to discipline, and the kids ain't going to want to mess again. What you have to do is, right, the staff member from the organisation is coming now. No, no, no. So there's that. And also on the weekends. So you're looking at targeting kids' free time. If they are going to misbehave, just not just, if it's gone beyond grounding where they're just a terror, they're swearing at you, they're spitting, they're smashing things up, they're hitting you, they're trying to run out the house. You need to get these behaviour people in. Now, I don't mean these little, what's wrong with you? Why are you angry? Not all that. That's for special needs kids. Other kids, no. It's straight. You need discipline. So we need some bloody army cadet people to come in this organisation and sort them out. Because they're going to, you know what, my parents weren't that bad. I don't want to deal with these people again. So I'm going to be good. But for kids that don't need too much discipline, but you think, God, nothing's working, the worst thing you can do to a child is take stuff off them. You know your child, you look at them, you know what they like. So in my house, we have like a strike system. Now, bearing in mind, both my kids have special needs, but there's certain things that you can, what's the word? Be lenient with because of their condition, and then there's where it's pushing it too far, and you've got to discipline because at the end of the day, they will have to go into society one day. They will have to work and take orders. So if you don't put discipline in place now, you're hurting them for the future. So we have a system where for the week, it's 3 strikes. If you get your 3rd strike before that week is up, you lose your pocket money. If you get the 4th strike, you lose your phone for the day. If you get the 5th strike, you lose it for the day and the night. And the 6th strike is losing TV as well. Now, this is equivalent to a child of cutting off their arm or putting them in prison. There's also the grounding system. If they like going out, that's gone. Also, like kids who like the computer consoles, bye bye, that's gone. You've got to hit them where it hurts. I mean, yes, you can't smack your kids anymore. And to be honest, I wouldn't want to do that. But having said that, they feared something back in the day. I know I did, not to do something. So they have to have that element of fear of, oh, I'm going to lose this. I'm going to lose the thing I like to do. I'm going to be good, because no kid on the planet is going to be good for no reason. You bring me a kid that's going to be good for no reason, 24/7, I will put the halo on the head myself. It ain't happening. So there is that. But yeah, for unruly kids, like, you can't expect to just shove them into school, the school to try and deal with it, and then, you know, when they come home, they can do what they want because they are bringing it into school and they are affecting other children, and it's wrong because you're there sending your kid to school that's, follows the rules, is behaving well, and then you got this other kid that's coming in that's messing things up, and you're like, no, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, you're going on like, okay, well, their father left, and oh, they've had a hard time, and yada yada yada. No, my dad left when I was young. My dad is a drug addict. He's never been there. Really and truly, if you look at stereotypes, I should be a drug addict by now. I should hate the world. I should not be a responsible parent. And, I would have been unruly as a kid. I wasn't. Because my mum kept boundaries and she's like, no, you do this, you're getting disciplined. It's as simple as that. And, as a person, when you're an adult, you make your own choices. You either follow the stupid parent or you follow the good one. And even if you've got two parents that are bad, you have got your choice to go, hey, I'm going to be different. I'm going to be a different person. I know right from wrong. And it's as simple as that. The problem is when you leave it and your kid gets unruly, then they leave school, right? They've had no discipline. They've had no boundaries. So if they're not listening to a teacher, they're not listening to their parents, what makes you think they're going to listen to an employer or even have the discipline to go to interviews, look for work? They won't. So then you've got an unemployed, grown-ass child. What else they got to do? They're unemployed. They haven't got much money. Probably sponging off their parents. And what else they got to do but just go out and cause trouble or find other ways to make money that is illegal. So you're not doing them any favours. They might just end up in prison anyway. You have to put the discipline in place now so that it doesn't affect them in the future. That's the thing as well, though, because if kids are unruly, like as children, and then they get into teenagers, they're going to get worse, right? And you think the teenagers now, shove them out the door, they can do what they like. No, you still have that responsibility to know where they're going, what they're doing, making sure they're doing what they're saying they're doing, knowing who their friends are. All these things, as a teenager, you've really got to zoom in on, because that's when they start to go one way or the other. And this is where, if you don't show an interest in your child, like spending time with them, or, giving 10 minutes a day to listen to their problems, or, not paying attention to what they're doing, where they're going, their friends, this is where, a drug gang can pick them up and go, we care about you, yada, yada, yada. This is what you can do. And they're pushing drugs, but they're 12 or something, I don't know. But they're under 16, yeah? So they're going into that world. Or, here's a knife, it's all right, you're a kid, nothing's going to happen, and, it's your first offence, blah, 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 you go and stab this person, we'll do this. You'll be part of the gang, blah, blah, blah. This is why, because there is a lot now of young kids, like under 16, carrying knives and stuff. And it's like there has to be a law where if you are carrying a knife and you get caught, it's a custodial sentence. Because that's a good deterrent, isn't it? God, if I am caught with this, I'm going to prison. End of story. Then you ain't carrying a knife on the street. You ain't taking any chances. Because when they have that option of, okay, I probably won't, this is what carries it on. There's been a lot of young kids, good young kids, in school. They've just come out to walk out from school and they've been held at knife point. I want your phone, I want this, I want that. They would have stood more of a chance if that knife was not in the person's hand to defend themselves and say no. So that's what the law should be. If you are caught with a knife or a gun, then you get a custodial sentence, period. That's it. Because where I live, there's too much of that going on, to the point where I don't let my child out. Like, if she wants to spend time with her friend, she's got video calls, or, you know, they can come to my house, whatever. We can go meet in parks, but I will be there because I don't trust nothing. And I'm right not to, because it's too bad out there now. So, yeah, there should definitely be a law, even if you are under the age of 16. You should still be given that custodial sentence at, like, there should be like a detention centre for kids that are under 16, because they think they can get away with too much because of their age. Same with bullying in school, right? If you did that anywhere else as an adult, you're going up intimidating someone and hounding someone and making them want to take their life, making them not want to turn into work and everything. That would be a crime. But because they're young, under 16, they can terrorise other kids in a school. They can bully them. And, you know, look how many kids, teenagers, have took their lives because of bullying at school, because it's not taken seriously. It should be a crime because it's wrong. And, you know, sharing videos of attacks and everything that they're doing and humiliating them, it should be a crime. So that needs to happen as well. So the kids think, oh, hold on a minute. There's consequences for under 16s. Let's just calm ourselves. When you have a kid and you give that kid a phone, it is your duty as a parent to look at what they're doing. I don't care about privacy, blah, blah, blah. No, you are under a certain age, so I'm looking at your phone. It's as simple as that. If you've got nothing to hide, fair dues. But I'm looking at your phone. I have where I've give my 10-year-old the, you know, freedom to have a phone, and I get to look at it on her passcode. I get to look at it whenever I want, and she knows that. I know kids can delete messages, so if she's had an argument with a friend or something and I see deleting messages, I go, no, I want to know what they were, and if she ain't going to tell me, I'm going to make sure the friend tells me, because no kid is squeaky clean, not even your own, okay? So also she has a YouTube account, right? But it's my YouTube account. That means I have access to it. I can see what she's doing. I can see what she's posting. On her other one as well, I can see what she's posting. If I don't like it, it's not going on. And I've turned comments off because I don't want it to, you know, get in her brain. She wants to be creative and put up a video. I'm not having someone come and go, oh, this and that. No, you don't need comments. Just be creative, do what you want to do. Because there's online bullying that happens as well. You got to monitor that. But yeah, if you want to give the kids the freedom of having their own YouTube account, you don't want like to be a part of it, you don't want to share it with them, then there are settings where you can have emails to see what they're posting and things like that. But you need to look at what they're viewing. The history of what they're viewing is very important. If they're deleting it, you're like, hold on a minute, why are you deleting it? But you need to know what they're interested in, what they're thinking. Because if they're watching things that's like stabbing or swearing or anything like that, you've got to put a stop to that. Hold on a second. You've got to put a stop to that. So you need to know what they're viewing. And that's all I'm going to say for now, because, you know, I've got a kid here that's obviously going to complain about something. Bye.